Welcome to the Nostalgic Multiverse. Hello everybody, Nostalgic here, and today is, well, one of the best days of my life, alright? Well, technically yesterday was the best day of my life because, first of all, I got to see my friend Migs again, and as well as that, I got a bundle of Thomas toys, and you'll be pleasantly surprised with what they are. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the first item, which is currently here. So, here we have Shooting Star Gordon. And this guy came free with the bundle because unfortunately, the thing was, I tried to order another breakdown crane so that I can have Judy and Jerome, but it never arrived, so I decided to get Shooting Star Gordon instead. The model looks pretty nice in detail, especially because this is the streamlined edition of Gordon. And I love this unique face for him as well. Kind of similar to Thomas's in a way, but this time Gordon is angry. Not really, like happy face or confident face. He's just trying to win the race without any distractions. And for what it's worth, it's a pretty good model. Yeah. And that's going to do it for Shooting Star Gordon. Now, for another item, we have... One of the items is the Take-Along Bulstrode. So for what it's worth, this model is in pretty good nick. I would have bought it from AliExpress if I didn't get it from eBay. And on the whole, his hull is looking good, the face is looking good, all the details are there, such as the life rings and his name. Yeah, that's it for Bulstrode. Now, oh my goodness gracious, here we go. Because now we have Ertls galore. So, let's start things off with two that are very basic. Here we have a background lorry who is unfortunately missing a wheel. And I'm going to be using this in the background of my videos if I make more film projects, of course. So, yeah, make sure to look out for this in the background. And even this, whenever I want to do a seaside scene, I will make sure to use this Sodor Valley boat. On the whole, pretty good models, but I'm surprised Ertl made these. Like, vehicles without faces. I mean, hey, they made Bluebell and City of Churro. Who am I to complain? Now then, moving on to common items. Like, for example, items I've seen before and already have. I got 3 Thomases. One is in absolute mint condition. This one, well, it is mint, but unfortunately the window sticker, the sticker where the windows and whistle are missing. And as for this Thomas, oh, he has seen better days. I think I'm going to salvage this one for parts, and I think I might turn this into an original Thomas if I wish. Because it looks good enough for an original Thomas. And as for the Ertl Thomas, which is in mint nick, maybe I'll sell it off. Maybe I'll take it with me to the Audrey Extravaganza and see who wants it. Because if I'm being completely honest with you guys... Sorry about that, there's an ant on the thing. Anyway, as I was saying. Because, hey, if anyone wants an Ertl Thomas, who am I to say no to them? Alright? So, for this Thomas, he's going to be sold off. But as for these two, one will probably be a custom, and the other will be used for salvaging parts. Okay, now, more common items. Here we have 2 Rusties. Now, one of the Rusties, more specifically this one, which is in very worse for wear, he came with a Class 40 face, of which I have blue tacked onto my bear model. You know, so that I don't always use frickin' Class 40's face from Take and Play. And don't worry, I didn't cut off the face of my Class 40 Ertl model. That's still intact, thankfully. And yeah, that's going to do it for these two Rusties. I might salvage them for parts, who knows. Okay, now we're going to also move on to an interesting item here. A pump cart. Now, I never knew that Ertl made a pump cart. Far from it. But it is pretty nice, and I'm really glad that they have the figure of Old Bailey, the Fogman. Not Cyril the Fogman, by the way. Old Bailey, as in Jackson Bailey, like Stories of Sodor, or Old Bailey from Season 5's Haunted Henry. This is the pump wagon that was used in that very same episode. It was only used once, and never returned. Sad times, huh, boys? Here I have a nooseur handle. Now, you're probably thinking, why do you have a nooseur handle? This looks exactly like the one you already have, just in better nick. You're wrong. It has the U-coupling, baby! Ah! So there you go. There's U-coupling Sir Handle. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The fact that I found Wilbur in this slot was out of pure luck. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I am going to turn this into a take-along, because I'm tired of using the Ertl version. Yeah, this is in much worse for wear than this guy is. This guy is finally going to be retired. And as for this guy, he's going to be turned into a take-along and will be given touch-ups of paint very thoroughly, especially to get rid of whatever this fucking marker is. Now then, other than those, I've also gotten a new diesel to replace the diesel that I had gotten a year ago on my birthday. This boy is in much worse for wear than this guy. So this guy's going into my collection. Meanwhile, this guy's going to be salvaged for parts. Right. Other than that, we've also got a new Terrence. And, yep, I am retiring my old Terrence. It's 4 years old, and it's worse for wear. So, yeah. Sorry, Terrence. Well, sorry, old Terrence. But you're being replaced by the new guy. Okay. So, other than Terrence, we've also gotten Harold the helicopter. Unfortunately, his big propellers here, they're gone. It's very, very ridiculous to just get Harold without his propellers. And also, last but certainly not least, we have Dodge. And I'm retiring my old Ertl Dodge as well. So, right, we've gotten the ones I already have out of the way. And some of the new items, of course. Now, let's get into newer items, which are more interesting. So, here we have Stephanie the Bluebell engine. So, I got two of these guys. This one is... Oh my, I need to check which one is in much better condition than the other. Not quite sure which is in better nick here. If anything, I'd have to say this one, and especially because of the eyebrows. So for this guy, let me know your opinions in the comments below so that I can salvage one for parts. I can salvage one for parts and the other I can keep it. Now, we're done with duplicates, alright? And I mean it in the biggest way possible. I am absolutely done with duplicates. Now, let's move on to some of the other characters that we have. We have Lord Harry, at long last, after getting Godrid all the damn time, and not even being able to find the Ertl Kuldi, I've finally gotten the Ertl Lord Harry, the fabled Lord Harry, if you will. It's a good model, and in all honesty, I'd buy 2 more to make Alaric and Eric. Now we move on to some more items here. We got Tov the Brake Van, who is evidently bigger than many other engines, such as Wilbert. He's also bigger than Oliver, so it will be a bit of an eyesore to see him in my cabinet. But still, on the whole, the model looks pretty good. The GW detailing over here is pretty nice. 5683, that's his van number. And yeah, pretty good model overall. I have to say, Ertl, they knew what they were doing when they were making their models back then. But it's mostly due to the fact that they were taking more inspiration from the Railway series than the TV series. As well as that, well, everyone's accurate to how they were in the Railway series and TV series as a whole. As you can see, here's Duke, the Lost Engine, still planning on getting Bertram. And he's going up into my cabinet as well. Pretty good in detail overall, but I'm not too sure about this model. I mean, he is good. It's nice, but it's just, I don't think I'd use this model at all. Oh boy. Okay, now, the big ones. So, here we have Derek in immaculate condition. He looks as if he hasn't even been touched once. Look at this guy. His paintwork, there's no chips on it. I am actually making a custom Derek. Please look out for that soon. I'm still waiting for the chassis though. So, yeah, Derek, he looks awesome. Alright? I love the design. I love the length of him. It's unfortunate that I cannot use the Ertl model of him though, as he cannot fit around the take-along curves. I've tried it with Boko, trust me, it doesn't work. Now, before we get to the final model, let's move on to some figurines real quick. Here's a basic one, the Conductor, and not much to say about him. Blue suit and brown hair, it's all pretty stock standard for a Thomas Conductor figurine. I can only imagine if I get Mr. Conductor. Now, for 2 of the rarest figures, Mrs. Kindly and Dowager Hat. I was honestly surprised when I got these, because these, from what I believe, are UK exclusives. So these are Dowager Hat and Mrs. Kindly. And obviously Mrs. Kindly is based on her appearance from Make Someone Happy. And as for Dowager Hat, she's based on her first appearance in Season 5, when gremlins were about or something. And, yeah, looking pretty good with their designs. Now, if only I could get the Fat Controller, and maybe even Mr. Conductor someday. Now, this one is going to shock a lot of you, because probably you wouldn't have expected this of me, but I got a rare boy. I got the Ertl Harvey. Now, if anything, you must think I am barmy with what I'm about to say. So, When me and my father bought the lot, it was €100 in total. And when you would pay for a character like Harvey in Ertl, you'd honestly have to pay more than 100. But I saw the opportunity to get Harvey, to get another Wilbert, to get Derek, Lord Harry, and many of the other characters, and just said, screw it. I'm getting these because I'm getting good value for my money right here. And as I've stated before, the Shooting Star Gordon was just a bonus added because we never received the other breakdown train. But on the whole, Harvey looks pretty good. His crane arm doesn't move up and down, and I'm happy about that. I'll explain why. Because Harvey's crane arm isn't supposed to move up and down. The only thing that's supposed to move up and down is his hook. And that doesn't work, not on the Ertl model, not on the Adventures model, but his crane arm moves up and down for the take-along and early take-and-play models. And with that, we have officially completed this review. I'd like to give a shout out to my father for helping me get these items for this review. This was a big one, folks, and I really hope you enjoyed my Ertl score. This is nostalgic. Signing off. Make sure to look out for videos in the future involving some of these guys. And I'll just remind you all, like always, that nostalgia never dies. Goodbye.